Merry Christmas, you pussy. Merry Christmas, you pussy.
Good evening to the people out there in the world. Welcome to Thursday Night Throwdown, or as I'd like to call it, Thursday Night Fuck Up. Butt fuckery. Whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it Thursday Night Butt Fuck, but that's just me. How's everybody doing in the chat? Hope everybody is good. Troy's here. Troy, are you good?
Fair to middling.
Did you say something in Celtic?
Oh, fair to middling.
Fair to Midland?
My old teacher used to say, yeah, fair to Midland. He was like, okay, whatever, average.
Jesus Christ, man. You ever say that again, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Well, if I ever see you, you can try.
Man, I'll tell you what. That pissed me off just now. I'll tell you. Trying to figure out what the fuck you said 3 times just really pissed me off. I don't know why.
You fucking Gronk. English make Joe mad.
Yeah,
Joe,
dude, I'm like a primal head. Like, I think weird. I'm weird. I'm not, though. It's not really, though. I'm just like, I'm only halfway there. I'm only halfway retarded.
Living on a prayer.
Sure.
Living on a retarded prayer.
Yeah. I'm hoping for the name, you know, like the moniker of retard. You know, that way I can get all the benefits. And I know that's weird, but I'll just play it up.
You just like hit yourself in the head every day with a hammer, just like one a day to try to make it slow so it's not obvious you did it yourself.
Yeah.
You just retard yourself little by little.
Yeah, and then who would do that anyway, right? So like just doing that is like, well, that's retarded behavior right there.
So, well, I guess that's the catch-22. I mean, if you're retarded enough to do it, did you need to do it in the first place? Whoa.
Yeah, I mean maybe, but when I see somebody like that eating their ass and then sticking a hand in their pants and then the peanut butter jar, did they have to do that? I mean, I don't know.
Chocolate-covered pretzel?
Yeah, all the time. All the time at Bobby's house. It was always a special from her. I've just seen a lot of weird stuff, man. It's like if they knew, they wouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
Weird shit.
Or maybe they meant to. Maybe they're mad at everyone in the house. And they're like, I'm gonna piss all over their food right now. That's I could see that, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm mad at people in the house, so I'm gonna piss on your fucking food. I'm
sorry, where did that come from? I missed the jump where we went to people getting their food pissed on.
I just know a lot of people with with issues and growing up in those houses, and it was almost like they had a vendetta with everybody else in the house.
Oh, speaking of people pissing in the chat Cheerios, it's Drew Quill.
Oh, what's up, Drew? Dude,
what's up, guys?
I fucked up royally this week because last week we had such a good good show because I made sure to title it all topical. But tonight I couldn't help it. I was too whatever. So I'm covering Joe Rogan's meltdown.
Retarded.
What?
Too retarded.
Yes. So I'm covering the Joe Rogan thing from like days ago. So like we're way behind.
I didn't see that. What did he have a meltdown over?
He didn't have a meltdown. He just people had a meltdown. Yeah.
People were freaking out that he didn't press hard enough on certain questions.
And he didn't. He really but also this is him. With Jack Dorsey, the president of Twitter.
Oh, I didn't
he basically praised him too. He was like, "Wow, Jack Dorsey, like you're a great guy." Cuz Jack was like, "Well, I see Twitter as a utility like that we all deserve, that we all need to use and stuff." And it was like, "Do you really? Because I'm banned for life for saying MTV hates white people." So like right there, the guy's full of shit. But did you really expect Joe Rogan to get to the bottom of this situation? He doesn't care. He's like, give me drugs and shit. Like, he doesn't want to piss off Jack Dorsey. He just wants to be like, whatever, man. Like, cool. I don't think Joe Rogan understands. Or he doesn't care. I'm banned for life on Twitter. This thing that Jack Dorsey just said, he believes is like, we all deserve access to it because it's so important nowadays. But
when he says that he bans trolls as a last resort, and trolls was the word he used, but I would imagine that extends out to people in general. So what was MTV hates white people? Was that their last resort with you? I mean, had they suspended you 17 times before that for other things? Did they have a conversation with you? Did they anything?
No.
I mean, that's the point I'm making.
Never did. And you know what? If I make an account that's not even that, they still take it down.
Right.
So, I mean, luckily I have the other one, and I have to use it a certain way for it to stay alive. But I can't really create another one. So if I lost that one, pretty much that'd be it. And I've already kind of like not cared about Twitter. That's why I only have a couple thousand followers anyway. I mean, at one point, dude, when they shut me down on Twitter, I had 30,000 Twitter followers. I mean,
right.
I had 30,000 followers, and I probably followed like couple thousand people, maybe 5,000 people, and they shut me down on Twitter, and then they shut the other names down. And people would say like, "Oh, I can't believe you got banned again, you idiot." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not banned again. They just did their purge. They literally said we are gonna go looking for accounts that are trying to avoid perma suspension, and take them out." And then within that week, it was gone. It was
gotcha, bitch.
They got me. So there goes Twitter. And, where does it end? Again, they were basically making the points that it's mostly conservatives that are taken out for whatever reason, right? And we know the reason. Like, Joe Rogan was, like, pretending like he didn't know the reason. He was like, and whatever reason that is, because these other guys aren't banned. It's like, yeah, once they cross somebody on the left who run Twitter, people on the left run Twitter, So they shut down that person's account. Like, oh, you think it's funny? Haha, watch what I'm going to do to you now. Now you have no Twitter account. Haha. Because that's what you do to somebody you hate or you think is terrible. You know what I mean? You'd be like, you know what? Because you don't agree with each other. You know, it's like I don't want to shut someone's Twitter account down forever just because they don't agree with me. You know, even if it's over some pretty intense shit. You know, if you think people should be shot at the border because they're illegals or whatever, I don't agree with that, and I really don't agree with that. But, you know, unless they're violent or something. But I'm not going to say, well, he's a scumbag, so yeah, he deserved to be banned. But a lot of left-wing people will do that. They'll be like, yeah, who cares, he's a scumbag.
Part of that's debatable. If you were encouraging violence, if you were like, oh, like people should just go out and man the border themselves and shoot anybody you see, that's like encouraging or inciting violence. So you can't do that.
I don't know, though. That's
fire public place, you know. That's trying to cause harm. That's slightly beyond the realm of free speech. Maybe,
but it's a thought someone threw out there as a thought that maybe was dumb or whatever. But you know, if you're on, now they are doing that. Antifa does that kind of. They say to go out and harass people and to hurt people, and they're on there. But
well, they don't say to harass or hurt people. Just in general, they have specific enemies they might call out, like Nazis.
Either way, like, it doesn't matter. You would think you still wouldn't be able to do that. I mean, not that Nazis are good, but the problem isn't Nazis. Everybody knows, like, Nazis suck. Like, who the fuck would like a Nazi?
Yeah, there's a difference between real Nazis and people that just use it throwing around like, oh, he's Hitler.
Yeah, well, that's the problem is, like, who do you decide is a Nazi? Because that's the scary part. I'm a Nazi, according to people. People think I'm a Nazi. It's like, that's, what? It's like, you couldn't even... Like, dude, everyone's a Nazi now, even if you're, like, slightly right. I've seen, do you know how many people have come to me that are liberals, like, or were liberals or were Democrat people? And they've come to me and they're like, dude, I'm like, being attacked. And I don't even understand this. I'm a liberal. It's like, because you didn't go hardcore right, like, crazy left enough for them. Like, they're attacking their own people. It's very weird what's going on.
Yeah, or you say something stupid, like Norm.
What did Norm? I liked what Norm said.
No, I mean back with like the what did he say? He tried not to say retard, so he said Down syndrome, and people still flipped
God,
it.
Yeah, that was great though. That was hilarious.
Gee.
God, I called him. What do you call these? Retard faces. Oh my God, The View though. But how they shamed him on The View was fucking pathetic. Dude, I wish he almost said, he's just such a nice guy, and those women like him. So it's like, if this had been anybody else, they would have like filleted his cock live on The View. And then that fucking big fat lady. Oh, they're all fat, but you know, whatever. And it really hurts me too, because I like Whoopi Goldberg, but it's like, I don't know, man. She might be crazy now. These people are crazy. It's the same. Like, I'm trying to like let me try to break it to you like this. If you're on the left, right? When you see Fox and Friends, like, your head wants to explode. When you're on the right and you see like Rachel Maddow, your head wants to explode. Like, imagine being me, because I hate both of those sides. And it's like, I feel like everyone's a fucking retard. Like, I feel like everybody is. It's not even close. I feel like everybody is. Now, Rogan, you know, again, I think it's people's mistake. Dude, this video has like 80,000 dislikes to like 10,000 likes. It's like his worst. Right. He had to make a video on talking about it. Like, saying like, oh, you know, oh shit, like, what the fuck went wrong the other night? You know, that type of thing. Oh, by the way, I don't think I've triggered sounds yet, so I'll try to fix those in a minute. And all the donations are on, everybody. What's up in the chat? How you guys doing? And we'll see how this night goes, because it's been a piece of shit day today, so I'm assuming that tonight's going to be a piece of shit show. But anyway, that being said, it's just a fucking shithole of a day. I don't know. Everything sucks. And I can feel the vibe that it's not going to be a long night. But I will tell you this. My cock is ready for your dad. No, you know what? I fucking... no, let me go... No, so my point about Rogan is, like, what were people expecting? Like, they were expecting Rogan to be the one that goes after Jack Dorsey or whatever. Joe Rogan, like, assimilates to whoever's on his show. Like, whoever's on Joe Rogan's show, Joe, like, adapts to them and, like, becomes them. And then like the thing that pisses me off is in the next show he'll like shit on the person that was just on his show, and he'll talk shit about them, but it's like, dude, they were just here the other night. Why didn't you say something the other night?
So he won't do it to their face, is what you're saying.
What was that?
That would be
So he's not doing it to their face. He's waiting till they're gone, or another day with another guest. He's not presenting the hard-hitting questions to them the day that they're there, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, that's what people thought. And I immediately thought it too, because I heard it and I was like, okay, so because he was like, oh, Jack's a great guy, he really, he really understands that, this is a utility for everybody. And it's like, well, I don't think he does then, because he doesn't. And I guess Jack Dorsey's going to come back on and have harder questions asked. He said he would come back on, and Joe Rogan agreed to that.
As long as he doesn't scoot him again.
Well,
scoot around the questions.
He might. I commented down below and I said, "Dude, put me on the show with this guy. I know all the questions to ask him." And
well, one thing I found funny was he said, like presidents use a certain context when they speak, so they get a little bit of a leeway when it comes to the terms and conditions. And public figures in general should be looked at as someone who gets, certain. When the tweet has to do with public interest or something.
Well, technically, I'm a
public figure.
I'm a public figure.
Exactly.
White MTV hates white people. What was wrong with that? I didn't say
MTV hates white people guy.
And you know what it is it's true. So they got pissed.
I mean, what is a public figure? Is Troy a public figure? He's on Twitter and he might say something or post something. Doesn't that make him a public figure?
Kind of is if he's on the show.
Right. So define public figure if you're going to say that, then, Dorsey.
Yo, Peter, thank you for subbing to the channel, man. I saw some super chats come in, and they did not pop up on the stream, and I fixed that. So I think super chats are working now. But let me just go check super chats and try to figure out what I missed from people. But yeah, he's getting this backlash. I don't know. I just think Joe's like a guy. He doesn't want to get involved in like all the shit and the drama stuff. So he's kind of looks at it from the outside, like, here's what's going on. But it's like, I think people really like him so much they wanted him to like answer these questions we have. Someone finally's talking to this guy, and he's banning everybody, and he's not banning it. It's his team or whatever, because he's probably hired a bunch of fucking SJWs.
Well, he said that the tweets have to be reported, that they're not going out finding them, that the algorithm doesn't even pick them out. The algorithm's only there to suggest tweets to other people. So they don't even have a system in place other than if they get a massive load of people complaining about a tweet or reporting a tweet. So he even said that that they don't have a way to combat groups of people that just attack a single person, whether it's a shitty tweet or not, Yeah,
that's a huge problem for everything. I mean, isn't that one of YouTube's biggest problems now? People getting strikes and shit like that.
It's been for years on YouTube.
Blackmail for people to remove strikes. It's insane.
Fade the Black said, Joe and Cran, huge support for AEW stream on YouTube. Why is there a stream? Fade to Black, Rogan just wants good weed and herb. Yeah, that's true. Debase, smelly asshole. I really wish the person I belong to could eat a bit healthier. Ever since she met this guy, Tommy, she's been eating nothing but cheeseburgers.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, I'm about ready to just break something anyway, so this is going to put it over the top for me. Speaking
well,
of,
at least you don't have a smelly asshole.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm clean, I think.
Just remember, never go full Benoit.
Yeah,
Ooh.
You don't want to do that. You lift weights with your kids instead. I told Tommy he could come on, but I forgot to tell Tommy he could come on. But yeah, that's it, man. I mean, I don't know. There's just people are pissed.
How much do you think Rogan is to blame for that, though? Because
I
he
blame
did.
him.
At least I didn't listen to the whole thing, obviously, but I listened to bits and pieces, and it seemed like he was asking the right questions. It seemed more like Dorsey was scooting around them and answering the way that he wanted everyone to hear them. And not to mention the first 15 minutes was a fucking advertisement for how they're going to add an edit feature someday.
Well, okay, so I believe that Joe Rogan is seemingly good guy. He's naive. He's a short little midget guy, and he's a bit naive. You know, he's naive. Like, he had Alex Jones on the show. Alex Jones lied to him about a bunch of stuff, and he kind of believed him and said, yeah, you know, Alex is my friend, and I've known Alex for years, and, you know, I think he's a little bit out there, but, you know, he really believes this stuff, and, you know, I get that you didn't do this and that. But then Alex really lied to him about a couple things. And
they went behind his back and said shit about him, like being a member of the CIA and shit. I caught wind of that.
Weird shit like that Alex, you know, showing you that Alex is out there. And so for people to think that then he was going to, you know, really question Jack Dorsey, I mean, you could make an argument that he questioned Alex Jones, but he doesn't have a lot of follow-up. Like, he'll say, like, you know, Alex, you say these aliens are going to come, they own our brains, and this is going to happen, that's going to happen, but why would you say that when this and blah, blah. And then Alex would kind of spin it in all these other things. And then Joe Rogan would just be like, right, well, okay.
Yeah, he's not exactly known for being a hard-hitting interviewer. You know, he's not a newscaster. Like, he's not Barbara Walters.
Well,
he's Joe Rogan.
The very thing that makes his
he's the janitor from Newsradio.
The very thing that makes Joe Rogan great is the thing that makes him not a great griller. If you want a grill or a hot seat guy, he's not the guy. His stuff is good because he allows the guests to talk a lot. Like, those are his best podcasts when they go back and forth, but the guest talks a lot too, and he kind of just lets them go.
Yeah, and it's a fun time. It's a conversation. It's not really an interview. It's a podcast, you know?
Yeah, and I think that people forgot that. I think that, and I did too, because even I got mad, like, you know, what the fuck? You got Jack Dorsey here. And I think that that's because we're all angry at him. But Joe's not really angry at him. He's heard a little bit about sort of some of this stuff, but he doesn't really get it. It's kind of like how I was a few years ago. Like, people say, oh, I got banned for this, banned for that. I'd probably say, like, oh, probably because you're an asshole. But now that I know that there's wrongdoing going on, now I don't think that way anymore. I don't ignore it. Like, there's a lot of things we ignore. We ignore shit all the time. Someone's like, oh, you know that they're selling slaves and over here in the Middle East, this, that, and wherever. You're just like, oh, whatever, okay, I don't know. But it's like,
what am I gonna do with that?
But if you sit somebody down and you're like, dude, they are selling, let me show you this video of this 7-year-old girl that they're gonna, and you would be pissed, you'd be like ready to, like, you'd just be a different,
what the fuck?
Rogan clearly did not expect all this backlash. The point of the podcast was to have a conversation with the guy that started Twitter and talk about how it's evolved over the year, which I actually enjoyed. But anyways, Omega to AU. Fuck me, Brady.
Omega to AEW. Fuck me, Brady. A Peasy, thank you, man, for the 316. He breaks the ice tonight. Oh, wow, Tommy's around. I think he'd come back on the shows. Every day I message him like, hey, you want to come on? Feel free. He actually responded just now. APZ, thanks. Did you hear any of those, Drew?
No.
All right, I'm going to try to trigger this for you. I'm just going to mute everybody per usual. So Tommy's going to get in here and he's going to say hi, and you guys are going to be like, hey, Tommy, we just killed a cat, bro. It's all good. And then Tommy's going to be like, Super chat.
Troy, I'm marked out when you say Newsradio.
Andy Dick. Thank you, Casey is Raw. Oh, let me get rid of that echo. Casey is Raw, thanks for the $2. Remember Newsradio? It was so great. And then Phil Hartman got murdered by his cunt wife.
Right.
That was awful.
Didn't she kill herself too? Wasn't it a murder-suicide?
Maybe.
I can't even remember.
She was like everybody always said she was a psycho who bullied him.
She had drug issues. She had some problem with drugs, and he was always trying to help her. Like,
that is what it was. Tommy
I said
knows.
It once, I'll say it again. Never go full Benoit.
Yeah, she did. Well,
I guess she didn't go full Benoit.
Some actors have said, you know what? I'm not going to own a gun. I'm not going to end up like Phil Hartman. And I'm like, oh, that's me. That's horrible.
Well, just don't marry a cunt.
True. it's true. I mean, that's why they say that. I mean, just owning a gun statistically proves the likelihood of you getting killed by it.
Yeah, if you're a fucking psycho Hollywood left-wing maniac.
Or married to one.
Or if you're a fucking psycho hillbilly. Hey, Chuck, look at shoot that duck. Oh, fucking shot Doug. I shot Doug. When you think about if you think about all the different ways people get killed by guns, I mean, in a way, it's actually fucking hilarious. Like think about this, right? Somewhere right now, some redneck white fat hillbilly accidentally shot his buddy, and they're on the way to the hospital. Like, oh my God, I shot Doug. Oh shit, the slug is in there. I shot Doug in it by accident. But also somewhere else in the country is a black guy being carried into an emergency room because of gang violence and a shooting. And I don't know why, but thinking about those two things at the same time makes me fucking laugh. They're carrying fucking Doug and Tipper into the hospital somewhere because he shot his buddy. And somewhere else there's gang violence going on and Jamal has a fucking hole in his gut. And then somewhere else there's a guy who who just shot someone trying to rob him, and somewhere else there's another guy who shot a white guy who shot his wife because she was cheating on him. And if you put them all together,
a guy that stuck a light bulb up his ass and then is going into the emergency room, and they're like, "How do we pull this thing out? I don't know." And then the other guy like tries to come in and tries to shake him like a wet towel.
Jesus Christ, a wet towel. Is that a white people joke?
No, that was an episode of Scrubs. The kid sticks a light bulb up his ass, and they're trying to figure out how to get the light bulb out of his ass. And all the attendants are just trying to figure out how to get the light bulb out of the kid's ass.
Well, you know how many blonde women it takes to unscrew one, so you know you don't want the nurse doing it.
It's me, Phil Hartman. I have the personality of a cunt.
How would that be possible? The asshole's one of the most tiniest holes on the human body. How would you be able to fit a light bulb up there? That's my question. How
do you get a baby out of a cunt? I mean,
give it a shot, Tommy.
Things stretch, things work. Yeah. Let's see it, Tommy. Let's see if you can do it.
What?
Stick a light bulb up your ass. Let's do it. Let's make this a fun night.
Light bulb, but I'm not going to try that.
Yeah, put a bulb up your ass and see what happens.
I'm fine. No, thank you. I'm not stupid. I'm not drunk either.
What do you think the number one thing? What do you think the number one thing they find up people's asses are? I mean, probably dildo, but
when I was a kid, I used to shove quarters up my asses when I was a kid.
Wait a minute.
I was full of change, definitely.
Wait a minute. Did you just say that when you were a kid, you used to shove quarters up your ass?
Yes, and I would poop them out as a kid.
Oh my God! Bro,
I'm
gonna throw up.
Never a dull story.
You never got change for $1? Do I?
You never failed, Tommy, to not have some weird fucking story. To spend a day in Tommy's shoes, or at least a fly on his wall.
That's disgusting.
Holy shit.
Oh, trust me, if you were a fly on my wall, I don't know. You'd probably just see me watching Netflix, probably.
If you were farting like you were the other night, I'd be a dead fly on the wall.
And rich.
I'd fly into your asshole.
Wouldn't be the first thing up there, apparently.
I got a call here. Let's see here. Well, because Skype is all fucked up, you can't really call anymore. But people were still calling anyway. So I got all these voicemails. So you know what I think would be fun is if we just play these voicemails and see what the hell people are saying. That could be interesting. Let me see.
That sounds like a good bit.
You know, Joe, that ought to be a segment like "What's on Joe's answering machine," and it just should be like angry hater fans or just like supporter, like a segment of your show, a new segment of your show. It's like, "What's on Joe's answering machine?"
Well, that's
what he was getting ready to do before you started talking.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I'm sorry. Just like,
well, that's why I have the phone number. Like that's literally why I have it. It's 833-832-4626. Or you guys can call the 339-226-6610 to leave voicemails. But yeah, you can leave voicemails, but we can't add calls. Let's play this. Who knows who this is? Wonder what it's gonna be. They just left this.
Oh, Joe Cronin! Monetize this!
Oh boy.
Episode 200! We're coming for your soul!
About what you expected, Troy?
Just about. Yeah.
I thought it sounded like Tommy, but he's not flinching on his end, so must not be.
Yeah.
There's a
sounded like
six-zone.
Tommy and Mickey Mouse combined.
Well, it was Paul Bear attempting. Is what that was.
How the hell did they get the light bulb out? I need help. You're underestimating the arsehole Tommy. WTF Tommy quarters, holy fuck. How about this for a segment? What's in Tommy's ass?
Yeah. So that we've confirmed it. Tommy NC, gay.
No.
What's in Tommy's ass? Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's in Tommy's ass? Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Did it at least feel good when you put the quarter in there?
Get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go.
Oh God!
Here we go.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Debe enough Tommy Scorps.
Oh God. Well, there's nothing wrong with saying Deb. It's just a word, a couple letters. ADTR, thank you for the $5. ADTR, what's up, man? I appreciate that, ADTR, you dirty boy. Tomorrow night on Monetize This 199, I will have the fucking crayon by my side. Okay? And we gotta make something crazy happen tomorrow night. I don't the race for the points to the 200th episode is gonna be nuts. Troy, you coming to episode 200?
Oh, hell yeah. We gotta set up the poop derby.
Joe, will you do the old-timey music from the 50s?
I will, and Casey is raw. I'll try to. I'm a little tired if you can't hear. I think I'm having a mental breakdown or something today. But mentally I'm kind of fucking retarded, so take that for however you want. Let's see, there it is. I dream I was gay. I stuffed it in my mouth, and then I came and I put it in his mouth. I brought a light bulb and jammed it inside, and then it got stuck. He almost died. We went to the emergency room with no time. Okay. That's it. That's all I got for you. Here's the next voicemail.
I'm just a fool in love.
Hi, good morning. I just watched your video, Ronda Rousey leaving WWE breaking news. It was a good video. I just didn't understand why...
Okay, we're not talking about Ronda Rousey. I'll play that on the wrestling show.
That was like the most oddly normal sounding call ever. Like, yes, hi, I've called in to talk about the video you posted the other day. I found your opinions to be quite interesting, though I must debate you on your stance of the outcome of the match.
You're right.
Have your people get a hold of my people.
He called in like that was a totally normal thing to do, was leave you a message on Skype about wrestling opinions. Like,
it was a good one
for weirdos. Get the fuck out of here, you normie.
Well, I can play him now on my wrestling show, but that was weirdly normal. Like, listen a little more of it.
Sounds hilarious.
Maybe he yells like "whore" in the middle of it. Or something.
I was waiting for him to like go crazy. Yeah, I was waiting for something to happen.
Hi, good morning. I just watched your video, Ronda Rousey leaving WWE breaking news. It was a good video. I just didn't understand why you thought Ronda was good at all. I mean, she's been with the company for a year now. She should have picked up on some stuff, but if you've been watching her matches, she really hasn't picked up on anything. The matches are just terrible. I've seen better matches from Gilbert, and I've been watching wrestling 36 years now. She's the worst wrestler I've ever seen. Terrible on the mic. Got handed the championship because she had a past in the UFC. Absolute
What the
junk,
fuck is
and I
that?
cannot wait for her to leave.
Someone. What is that noise? Someone breaking something?
I mean, Tommy's making a cup of Joe over there.
Jesus, it sounds like someone's breaking something. Why is his mic so loud? It's so weird.
Have a good day.
I'm on my phone. Sorry.
Yeah, your phone. Yeah, God damn your phone. Oh, that was it. He ended like that. Sorry.
Good morning. I just watched your video.
Yeah, it's amazingly. I mean, the next one can't be like that.
I can't believe it wasn't just like, good morning, long time, first time.
Well, people do that. People do that on Raw. But that guy was really clairvoyant. Or well-spoken is the word. Whatever.
Hello, Joe Cronin. I'm a big fan of you. My name is Joe. I do a sports channel.
Oh, well, it's like that's a business thing. I don't want to play that.
Hello, I am part of the Chungus Army. Chugga-hoo, bigger chugga-chugga-hoo, chugga-hoo, chugga-hoo.
This is more like it.
Yeah, I was about to say. There we go.
Back to normal.
Mad.
That's
They didn't play the sweet victory at the Super Bowl, and now Teespring is trying to beat Pewdiepie. We can't let this happen.
Jesus Christ. The guy sounds like Grover. Here's the next one.
Hello, I'm calling on behalf of Gloria Burger, and we want to know if you were subscribed to PewDiePie. We need to know because we're doing a rally. We need to know.
Everybody subscribe to PewDiePie right now, and I'm not kidding.
Well, you could be like Mr. Beast and just have a big sign at the Super Bowl for him.
That's a good point. Yeah, you got to subscribe to PewDiePie. Everybody, seriously, don't fuck around.
You know, like no one is like, oh yeah, subscribe to a smaller channel. Let's build up a guy that's been on YouTube that just shouts out PewDiePie.
Yeah, but we don't want him to lose to T-Series. That's the point. Nobody else can fucking go up against T-Series, but PewDiePie.
Just T-Series.
You don't know? You're fucking out of the loop.
I know about. I've been hearing about like this whole thing with T-Series and like PewDiePie.
Didn't sound like you did. You wanted some small channel to go to get advertisement. How the hell did? What?
I said, wow, I can't believe this was like a boxing match. I'm like, geez, we have pitiful, tiny PewDiePie in the ring going up against T-Series, you know? I'm like, wow, but it's just all about the sub numbers. That's all that matters. Not about the person's body mass. It's just about his sub numbers.
Well, I mean, like, you want T-Series to win?
No, I don't want a big corporation to win because,
So then you you agree.
Numbers will go up.
So then you agree that everyone should sub to PewDiePie.
I guess, yeah. I'm always subscribed to him.
Man, you make about no sense as you gag on yourself, like blah, blah, and then you make no sense.
But I don't watch his content.
Yeah, but so there you go. Even more, like, subscribe to PewDiePie. But you were like, no, they should do it for some little channel. Why? What are you talking about? Then they would never catch up to T-Series. So then T-Series would win, and you said you didn't want that. So you're confusing me.
I confused myself, Joe.
All right. I'll take that as a win.
Jim again. Just wanted to leave a little message about John Moxley / Dean Ambrose not renewing his contract.
See, that guy's pretty normal too, Troy. That's another normal call right there. What else we got?
Hey, Joe, it's Jim from Connecticut. I'm sitting here watching Raw.
Hey, Joe, it's Jim from Connecticut.
I guess all the normal people calling in Skype. Everyone, it's just all the weirdos on Twitter.
Yeah.
Is this not the same guy each time calling you back? Kind of sounds like him.
Wait, what?
It kind of sounds like the same guy each time, this well-spoken guy. He sounds like the same person each time. He keeps referring to himself as Jim.
But like a big, but he got a deeper voice. He just gets a deeper and deeper voice.
Well, it depends on how many cocks you've sucked throughout the day. Sometimes the cum kind of thickens up those vocal cords a bit.
Tommy gargles cum all day long. I can hear it.
Fine.
Well, he's gargling right now.
Well, I'll eat.
Oh my God.
Hey, shift the dick a little to the left, and
All
you'll
right.
actually get a little more out of your mouth.
I hung up on him. I couldn't deal with that anymore. Fucking. I can't deal with that tonight. I mean, I asked him to come on, but I didn't know he was, if he's busy, and you're busy. If you have to walk around, make coffee in your kitchen, stomp around, slam fucking tools everywhere, and then when you get on camera, you're going like...
Make coffee. I think he was just noshing on some ice.
I think he's just a fucking attention whore. And he's like, I gotta make noise because they haven't talked about me long enough. Jesus Christ.
Come in with
dude.
some knowledge of what's going on then, and, participate in the topics and stuff.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was something else, man. I almost, fucking so tired anyway. Like, go listen to fucking chewing on shit ice. What'd you think of the let's hit this and I'll go take a nap. What'd you think of the State of the Union? Anybody?
I really didn't see it. All I heard was kind of, what I heard people commenting on that he was kind of what you had said, that he'd put it together quite well and kind of awkwardly but well at the same time. Isn't that how you put it?
Yeah, I mean, I would put it like, I would describe this as, it was like the most awkward room ever. Up until like for a while, and then he broke the ice, and then it was like fascinating, like because at one point they were cheering USA, but it was only the right was cheering USA, and the Democratic people were all sitting there with their hands folded, like upset. Like
that's kind of a weird spot to chant USA. Like, yeah, we know you're there. You're
that was
in the spot. Like
that was the first thing that was weird. Was number one. That they were chanting USA, it was like bizarre, and it was probably really freaking out some of the SJW Democrats, you know what I mean? Because like that yelling, isn't that like a what do they call that? Like an aggression or something, like a microaggression. All of them yelling like it's like them barking at the people. Like they're out there articles about that. But anyway, then everything turned a corner. When Trump acknowledged the women and talked about getting people out of jail, who were in jail for life for weed and shit like that, and, whatever. And then the women, he made a joke about them, and then that forced them to laugh because they were staring a hole through him. And then he got them to laugh, and then they all laughed, and then they were laughing, and then he was making more jokes to them. And then everyone had to applaud because he was talking about women's, equality and look at all the women and blah, blah. But anyway, by the end of that moment, by the speech about that and the jail stuff, that's when the entire room then broke out into USA chants, which was then double weird. That you were seeing these people all cheering USA together and like smiling and laughing. And, later on, Ortez or whatever, they seem to love to follow her around. She's a fucking idiot, but that's probably why they follow her around the most. Because she's like the Sarah Palin of the Democrats now. Like, I remember when Sarah Palin was big, they just followed her around everywhere. Like, what is Sarah Palin saying?
Not even close. Are you insane?
Well, you're right. Sarah Palin was smarter, but I mean, I didn't like.
She was fuckable too.
I did not like Sarah. I did not like Sarah Palin. I made fun of her all the time. But Alexandra or whatever her name is, or Cortez, or I can't even say her name.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
There you go. I always forget it. I'll get it eventually. I used to forget Sarah Palin's name too because I used to be like Amanda Parsons or I don't fucking know. She's an idiot. I don't know. I really think that those two are very similar. Like they just really want that top woman's reaction, and man, I'll tell you, those two.
What? What is that? Would you say they both want the top woman's reaction?
Like back then, they wanted the media. They really wanted to hear what Sarah Palin had to say about almost everything for some reason. And right now, it seems like the media really wants to hear what Cortez has to say about anything. And it's like, why? She's like almost retarded. Have you listened to her? Go, just pull up any video on her and just listen to her talk.
How do you figure? I said.
How do I figure? She couldn't even name the branches of government the right way last time I saw her in a video. There's several videos. You can just go Google it. We can pull up a million of them. I don't remember them all because I see another one every day. I'm like, what is she talking about? She doesn't know how she doesn't know how shit works. I mean, I don't really know how shit works, but I'm not really involved. I didn't get elected
So you don't know how shit works, but that means you know that she doesn't know how shit works. She's just the elected.
Yeah, because like when you see somebody, if somebody comes on TV and says, well, you know, in all 47 states there's, and you go, well, there's not 47 states. You know that. I mean, I'm trying to think of, I don't know what example I can give you. I mean, you could pull up a whole bunch of shit. I could Google it right now. You could probably go through it if you want to, you know. I mean, you could really just ask anyone. You could ask any of the Democrats here or any of the Republican people, like, other than the psycho SJWs, everyone kind of knows she's a moron.
All right.
I've got to make a correction from earlier. I just pulled up a picture of her. Yes, I would fuck her too. Okay.
Yeah, I'd put, she's got a big horse mouth.
Yeah, we'd have to sew her mouth shut or give her one of those fucking muzzles or whatever. But, you know, we can make things work. Paper bags worked really well back in the 90s. You know, there's options.
Yeah. Dumbest things said by Alexander.
Occupy every airport. We need to occupy every border. We need to occupy every ICE office. We look at these figures and we say, oh, unemployment is low. Everything is fine, right? Well, unemployment is low because everyone has 2 jobs. Why aren't we incorporating the...
I don't understand that one.
What?
Unemployment is low because everyone has 2 jobs?
Wait, doesn't unemployment refer to full-time jobs, not part-time jobs?
Well, that and if you have a second job, they don't count you as a second person.
Right, because these are the people that are filing for unemployment, not... What a dumb bitch. Dude, maybe I'm the dumb asshole, but
no, I mean I'm very confident in this. She is stupid. There's no other.
Well, I think what she's trying to say is that, you know, if you have 2 jobs, statistically speaking, that's 2 jobs as it would be counted. But that doesn't, like you said, that doesn't count you as 2 people. So they would see one unemployed person, 2 jobs. That's 0 unemployment.
It is
I agree.
Calculated as a percentage by dividing the number of unemployed individuals by all individuals currently in the labor force. Fuck off, you dumb bitch.
Yeah, so like I get, but it's always like that with her. It's always what she's trying to say. She can never say anything. But I get it. Like I would say this. I would say even though we have a really low unemployment rate right now, that's great. The problem is the people that are employed have to take on 2 jobs, so their health and their livelihood is failing and fading because they're overworking. So right now we're overworking. So she wants to make a case for overworked American citizens and stuff like that in minimum wage. But why is this a conversation? I thought this was a conversation about unemployment though. So
my belief. Maybe I'm jumping off track a little bit, but my belief on why people are working 2 jobs isn't so much, you know, anything other than the life and the pursuit of happiness. You know, we want internet now, things we didn't have back in the day, cable, all the latest technology, Air Jordans.
Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a butthole checker. Need to stop shoving quarters in your ass.
Dr. Leonard McCoy. Dr. Leonard McCoy, thank you for the 316, Leonard McCoy. We miss you. She almost turned this, Dr. Leonard, thanks, man. She almost turned this into a straw man, in a way, by saying, like, oh, but everybody's 2 jobs. Well, what does that have to do with the unemployment rate? So you're saying the unemployment rate doesn't matter because people are working 2 jobs. No, that's a separate argument. Unemployment rate is great. This sounds good. Now our next thing we got to work on is how can we get Americans to stop having to work way more than almost anybody else in the world, and how do we, you know, that type of thing, so mom and dad don't have to work 50 hours a day. How can we get the minimum wage up? So if she said that, I would agree with it. I'd be like, okay.
Maybe stop selling people cough drops for $100.
Yeah, maybe
start there.
Health insurance, yeah. Health insurance is fucked. But yeah, that statement is, again, it's weird. It's like stuff like this that she says. It's like, what?
Office, we look at these figures and we say, oh, unemployment is low, everything is fine, right? Well, unemployment is low because everyone has 2 jobs. Why aren't...
See, that doesn't make sense, but I get that everything is not fine because people are overworked. So I could get with you on being overworked, but the unemployment, you can't say that it's not fine if you just said it's fine. It's or she thinks it works a different way, like weird.
Are we incorporating the cost of all the funeral expenses?
Oh, this was a great one because this is CNN, right? So they're supposed to love her, and even they're like,
the cost of all the funeral expenses of those who die because they can't afford access to health care.
This like upper middle class.
What?
Is probably
a dead
more moderate.
person can't afford funerals?
Well, they are expensive, but
Why aren't we incorporating
but it's not health care, yeah.
the cost of all the funeral expenses of those who die because they can't afford access to health care?
Okay, no, I get what she's saying there. So she's saying, like, well, now you have to pay for a funeral because, you couldn't afford to keep yourself alive. Somebody should not have died.
I think it's another people too, like your family, or
Yeah.
if you don't know anybody, the government's going to have to pay for that.
I
thought she was saying the dead person couldn't pay for their funeral. I'm like, who the fuck cares?
I get that one. I get that. If that's all that was, I totally get that. Like somebody, you shouldn't
because
be.
you're paying for it, Drew. If the dead person can't pay for it, government has to dispose of a body that's tax money.
Right.
Aren't we incorporating the cost of all the funeral?
And she scares me with the way she speaks and shakes her face forward. She's like, God, I don't want to say what I'm thinking because it's just this day and age, I'd be looked at as like a fucking
expenses of those who die because they can't.
Like upper middle class.
That's so fucked
All
up.
the standing ovations were pissing me off.
Yes.
Like what the fuck, let the man finish his speech. Trump could have said I took a great shit today. Standing ovation. Check your voicemail, your cousin called. Cook me Brady.
You know what though, APZ, thank you for the 316 APZ. But you know what? Everyone is like that. The Bush ones, the Obama ones. I mean, maybe I'd have to go back to I don't remember the Clinton and the original Bush ones, but everyone that I've ever seen is like that. They just keep cheering everything. It's fucking weird. It's like, this can't all be good. So whatever. And he's like, the other day, I killed a baby seal. Yeah. Like, he could have said anything. You're right. But that's, Obama did the same thing. America is more prosperous. Blah, blah, blah. Blah. Okay. Full of shit. Everybody's full of shit. They're all full of shit.
Is probably more moderate.
Mm-hmm.
But that upper middle class doesn't exist anymore. Their heyday was in the 90s when kids had like Furbies and like parents, you had like soccer moms with like 2 vans. That's not America anymore.
Furbies?
Furbies. There's a lot of these, man. There's a lot of these fucking things with her. I think some of them are accurate and some of them are just piling on her craziness. You can go grab Trump quotes, like same thing. She's like, but she's like the reaction to Trump. Remember how like Trump is like the reaction to what was going on here with the SJWs, and now like she's the response to Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like this is gonna keep going. I said this 2 years ago. I was like, you're gonna see the rabbit hole, the spiral downward now, because you're gonna see we need to get crazy to answer crazy. So Trump is the answer to the crazy SJW stuff that started, and she's now the crazy answer to Trump, and he's crazy. So now we've got crazy her. And oh my God, she's perfect for them.
Chad party.
Joe, why are you crapping on AOC? You Republican.
The sense of morality. No, I'm not a Republican, but I'm not an idiot. I guess I don't know. The sense of morality. Thank you, man. No, I'm not a Republican because I've never voted Republican, and who cares if I was? But I'm not. I'm crapping on her because I think she's kind of stupid.
She lost my respect when she thought that 2 jobs screwed up the unemployment rate.
Well, that was just weird.
It's hard to listen to anything else she says when that's the first thing you hear.
When Trump lost my respect was when Trump, put the fucking criminal guy in charge of the EPA and put that dumb lady in charge of schools. I just watched that lady and I'm like, this is dumb. This makes no sense. So like, I think all of these people are stupid. I hate all of Congress. I hate the Senate. I hate the president. I hate her. I hate everybody running.
Some are criminals. Some are both.
Some are dumb. Some are criminals. Yeah, there's very few good people.
You want to talk about the 85%? It's in the government.
Yeah, it's about 90 or something. It's like they're crazy, right. Dude. They're fucking crazy. Look at her, like she's out of her mind. She's here because people don't know what to do.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man. Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go.
I want to see her bang Trump, though. I don't know why.
Oh, no.
Sex tape
I'm
coming
sure
soon.
they will find her sex tape soon. She'll be done for your cousin left a voicemail.
APZ, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate that.
I totally didn't see that before I said that.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. She seems nice or something, but it's like, I don't know. She seems like she's nice, but she's out of her mind to me, like, too. It's like... But then again, everybody is.
100 million Americans make less than $20,000 a year. That's 40% of this country.
Not even close, baby. Yes.
What the fuck?
One of the biggest problems that we have is 200 million Americans
Do a little
make less
basketball dance off the concrete.
We really got to listen to those numbers.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
The unemployment one is more of doctored #s by the right to look good. It's like when they argue stock market, the economy is good.
That's a good
Good
point.
for Wall Street, not 98%. Wall funding? Cut defense spending.
Yeah, that fade to black, it's a good point. I don't know the real numbers. I don't trust the numbers either. You know, I don't really know what they said. The unemployment's really down. I mean, I will say, fade to black, it does feel like it's down. It feels like people are working right now, but that's, you know, but they could have fudged the numbers a little bit. I wouldn't put it past them to do that, but there also hasn't been much of a argument from the left about the numbers, and I feel like if they were fudged, they'd make a big deal out of that, and I haven't seen that.
A lot of those numbers that are highly held against presidents typically apply to the president before. They say it takes 4 years for those numbers to kind of catch up with everything.
Yeah,
and I don't know if unemployment's one of them. I've heard it about the gas price, which when the fuck did the president affect gas prices?
Well, we were on an upward swing, I feel like, with Obama. I feel like he did get us on an upward swing with all that stuff.
And are we just looking for someone to blame?
Well, do you remember when the worst case scenario of this was when Bush was leaving and the gas prices went insane, and Bush was leaving. Now the gas prices hit a horrific high before, like, while Bush was president, and then Obama took over. And I remember my Republican friends being like, "He's ruining the country. Look at the gas prices." And I was like, "Dude, are you a fucking idiot? It was like this for months before Obama became president. This isn't Obama's fault. This was going on when Bush was president. It was literally happening when Bush was president. And now you're blaming it on fucking Obama." So I remember saying that, like, you know, maybe it's the fucking oil prices.
Well, and I was going to say, with Bush, I could almost see a little bit of a reason to blame him just because he does have his hands in oil. But once you get to people like Trump and Obama, it's like they don't give a fuck about gas prices. Why are they held accountable for what the gas prices are? Are we blaming them for the milk prices?
Well, that's exactly.
Maybe I'm missing something there.
No, I don't get that either. I don't understand the logistics of that. But I'm pretty sure the president doesn't make the prices. So whether it was Obama, Bush, whoever, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sure they affect in some way, because we get the oil from the Middle East, so maybe our relations with the Middle East affect those prices. But you know what? If they're being shitbags, fuck it, we'll pay.
You could make an argument for Bush because his whole fucking family was friends with the Saudis. So
right. That's part of what I was saying, aside from the fact that they were in the oil business.
Obama, I don't think has anything to do with the Saudis, but I could be wrong there too. I have no idea.
He might be a Saudi. I mean,
he might be a Saudi.
Great president. Right? He was a great president.
Oh my God!
Wait. Did you just say that Obama was a good president?
No, I was covering up the fact that I called him a Saudi. That's all. It was a joke.
I had to call that, guys. I know that people don't want to listen to me, that my voice is annoying, which I have to agree with.
Oh, it's better than Tommy's a minute ago.
You guys are fucking killing me. And it's been a fucking long week because I can't deal with this shit no more. You're telling me that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is intelligent?
No,
has some value?
I said she was an idiot.
I'm not talking about Drew, and I'm not talking about Joe.
Oh, you said you guys, so I was like, oh.
Troy, I have a level of respect for you. I know that you don't have one for me. I've seen you make rational decisions based on facts and logic, but I've also seen you ignore that. Please explain to me how her new Green Deal or Green New Deal, whatever they're fucking calling it, despite the fact that even Pelosi and Bernie are now fighting her for it, how is she going to pay for that?
I don't think she's gonna. She's not a billionaire.
No, but here's the thing. Even if you were to basically abscond of all the billionaires in America, those that reside in America, of their money, like 100% of their money, and I've looked in this information, you get about $2.5 trillion, okay? The budget that they're proposing, we're looking at $30 to $60 trillion. So basically, they're taxing 70 to 100% of the rich people would not even come close to paying for what they're offering. So honestly, and I will shut my mouth, please explain to me how you can sort of side with her, yet not be able to explain her inability to pay for what she's proposing.
Because right now, where I am in life, my current situation, anxiety and fed upness with my job, and just coming on these shows once or twice a week to try to have a fun, I don't give a fuck to explain shit to you or do enough research on that. I'm not here to do research on political opinions and have everything spelled out in the Green Deal and have my own fucking tax proposal. I'm here to talk shit on a fucking YouTube show. So
Well,
no.
Troy, you know what? I do appreciate your honesty. I honestly do. I'm not being sarcastic at all. I do appreciate your honesty for actually being so blunt with me.
Thanks, buddy. I've always liked you.
And now look at now she does she looks like she smokes right here. That's hot.
She looks like a Klingon with that forehead.
That's 40% of this country.
Not even close, baby.
The estimated population of the United States is 325.7 million. But somehow, Ocasio-Cortez, a woman running for United States Congress,
Is this guy gay? I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying he's really flamboyant.
thinks that there are 500...
His head is huge. This guy looks like a pug. This guy is definitely gay. He looks like a pug. You see this guy? Look at this guy. Look at his head. Look at his head compared to his body. You guys seeing this? Let me put my video on.
Yeah, he's a soy boy, and there's actually a report. I think I sent it to you on Facebook, actually, or Messenger, Joe, that the reason why they smile and they open their mouth in such a way is that it is an actual sort of instinctual evolutionary action that they do, and you can see this with actual monkeys and stuff. They open their mouth like that to show submission to those of a stronger or more of an alpha role. So all these soy boys that open their mouth so big, especially if they're opening, you know, a PS4 after they got their vasectomy for their wife's husband. That actually explains it, and I can prove it and back it up. So
he might be crapping on her though here. So that's the weird thing. I think he's crapping on her.
100 million people living in the United States. Maybe she's counting Mexico and Canada. I don't know.
200 million Americans.
He's still
gay.
Yeah, well, I mean,
maybe he's coming to Mexico and Canada. Hey, fuck off.
Oh God, you hate this guy. I actually like the guy because he's calling her out. Now I don't. You know who I don't like is Chris Chrisley. This is the Daily Show right here.
Well, that's why I was asking you because it says it in the corner.
Sure.
Oh, I guess it is with Trevor Noah. Yeah, well, that's no surprise. God, that show's awful now.
They hired a retard. Well, I guess you got to keep the equal opportunity.
Oh my God, look at her. I don't know. But again, I felt the same way when I saw Sarah Palin back in the day, and you know, I'd love to have her, Trump in a room arguing. It'd be really fun to watch those two fight with each
You know
other.
what's funny is that, like, oh, Dave, you're a Republican, which I'm not. Oh, you're hard right, which I'm not. Oh, you'd like Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin. No, I don't. She is an idiot. Yeah. And if you take a look at her family, there's a little bit of inbreeding going on there. And actually, I think 2 years ago, there was a family rumble. This got on the news. Like, the whole family had a get-together, and they started fucking duking it out.
That's awesome.
Brawl at a family reunion.
At a family reunion.
It was like a giant family reunion, and they had a brawl at their own family reunion. They had like a civil war.
Oh my god, dude! Is there like one of these on Sarah Palin? Like Sarah Palin flips out. Let's see here. Sarah Palin, stupid comments. I don't know. These are best quotes though.
Oh, Dave, you're an idiot, says the essence of morality. And he doesn't even spell your properly. Get the fuck out of here, man. You're supposed to be Canadian. Do you even speak French? Est-ce que vous pouvez parler le français? Hein, pute? Baisse-toi.
You've cited Alaska's proximity to Russia.
I don't know why, but French sounds hilarious to me every time I hear it.
Your foreign policy experience. What did you mean by that?
That Alaska has a very narrow maritime border between
In Alaska, we fight each other because we're all fucking half brothers.
Country, Russia, and on our other side, the land
a
boundary that we have with Canada. It's funny that a comment like that was kind of made to, I don't know, you know.
Let's be honest. Most Democrats, most Republicans, they're fucking worse than worm. Like, they're not even good enough for worm food. They're garbage. Most of your Congress, most of your Senate, these people should have been executed long ago. As with most politicians.
Is that the average person, so many people don't understand, like, don't realize, like, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party are not government organizations. They're just groups of people. They're not like official, like we have to elect Democrats, Republicans. That's a government thing. Like, no, they're elected to government, but they're just fucking groups. They're just
they're like ultra fucking yeah, basically.
Well, they're paid for groups. It's weird. It's like the AFC versus the NFC. It's two sides. It's the same everybody, just a different person
not
takes
even
over.
that, because the AFC and NFC are part of the NFL.
Yeah.
The Democratic Party and Republican Party are not like.
They're basically they're like super lobbyists. They've got lobbyists behind them, and they're the super lobbyists.
Yeah, they're the ones who carry the fucking plans through for the lobbyists. Yeah.
That's all. Like, anytime someone's like, "Oh, you're siding with the Democrats. You love the Democrats. You only hate Republicans." No, they all suck. It's just what I always love doing the Jesse, the Democrats and Republicans or whatever.
Well, I wrote a book called The Democrats and the Republicans.
Make less than $20,000 a year.
Oops.
So to reiterate, she's wrong. According to 2016 wage statistics, nearly 59 million people in the United States make less than $20,000 a year.
I suck dick.
That's 40% of this country.
No, it's 36% of wage earners, not the entirety of the country. Now, 59 million people making less than $20,000 a year sounds like a lot. But let's take a close look, because that number is from 2016 and is likely much lower, because a lot has happened since 2016.
This guy is creeping me the fuck out. Like, why does he have to talk like that?
Oh, the professional, total non-threatening voice, total neutral to show people that I'm just informative. Surely not on any sides. Just
the best way to do that is to get a gay guy.
A lot.
He's non-confrontational.
It was
not aggressive.
You are so right, Dave. It was 2016. A lot has changed since then.
Plus, he can tickle your keister, and you might enjoy it.
What the fuck
There's somebody that calls into my work every now and then to book stuff, and every single thing she says, like literally every sentence, ends in her going up, and I mean it. Like, literally, when I talked to her, like, every single one, it was nonstop. I kind of wanted to kill myself. Oh, my God.
So everything is a question for her.
Every single sentence.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I didn't even take the call initially. The first time I ever talked to her, the other guy, funny enough, my friend Dave, did the call, and he talked to her for like 10 seconds. He was like, all right, I'm just going to put you on hold for 1 second. He goes, Troy, you got to take this call. I go, why? Like, I just can't. I can't. I just know I can't. You have to. I was like, all right. And I understood why. Because it was insane. And no exaggeration. Like, I'm not even trying to do it for humor. But I mean, like, literally, every single time she paused, her voice went up. It didn't matter what she said. Just every single time. I fucking went crazy.
That is enraging.
It's still within me.
Shit
part
bomb.
Of it. Never gonna
I
die.
didn't realize Furbies were such a status symbol. That symbolized affluence and wealth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
ABELsalasJR.
Also, I've got to honestly add that people like, obviously I like to start shit, but people think, oh, you're pro-Trump. I'm pro-Republican. I'm pro-right. And it's like, that's not true. There's things that I can agree with and things that I disagree with. And I've been very vocal in the chat about Trump's support for Israel or Trump's support for, say, Saudi Arabia. And there's a lot of things that I don't agree with. And I mean, I'm sure you guys can agree with the fact that it doesn't give confidence.
My bad. I didn't pause them.
My name is Kane and I'm donating.
But this is racist asshole, so this is going to be good.
He's back.
What do you call all-black abortion clinic?
Oh, God.
On a scale of 1 to 11, how would you rate Arabs? 9 out of 11.
Oh,
Crime
my God.
Stoppers. Why can't you play with a Mexican? They steal all the green cards. Father's Day, the most confusing day in the ghetto.
Oh, my God. Racist asshole.
The first punchline jumped out of order. What
Yeah.
do you call a all-black abortion clinic? Crime Stoppers.
So the copy and paste wasn't working out for him too well.
Cracker-ass motherfuckers.
Every single time he comes through with one killer, I'm always like, on a couple of them. But every single time he's got like one killer I don't think I've ever heard before somehow. And I've heard a lot of and told my fair share of racist jokes, but every single time he's got one for me. Why can't you play Uno with a Mexican?
I don't understand why people in the chat always are like, what, Dave, what the fuck do you care about American politics? Shut the fuck up. Hey, assholes, 80% of Canada's economy is defined by how well America does. If America gets a cold, we go into a coma. Shut the fuck up. I know more about economy than you do. I know more about socioeconomics than you do. So shut the fuck up. It's ridiculous that people would question me when I've already proven my knowledge in these sorts of things. And yet, oh, Dave, you're a Canadian, so what the fuck do you care? Because my economy's going to fucking tank if you guys get fucked over. Of course I fucking care.
See, that's
fucking
what I do.
Idiots.
I don't
like,
do my
seriously,
research.
some of you
Shut the
people
fuck up.
need to be fucking euthanized.
Jeez.
I don't know. I'm kind of with Dave as a person who is too stuck up and smart for his own good. Sometimes I go, I just wish there were a whole lot less stupid people in the world. Like if it was in the Wild West and there was a stupid asshole and you could just shoot somebody and get away with it, I'm pretty sure I'd be a black hat.
This is
I
a
think
scene.
I'd shoot stupid people. Oh, Dave. Also, high five. We both don't like Israel.
Troy, this is like that scene in fucking Predator. Dutch and fucking Dylan, smacking hands, baby.
Mega powers.
Ooh, yeah, dig it, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
So see, people, me and Troy, despite all the differences that we have, we can still come together on a few things, and at least we can discuss things in a rational manner.
Sometimes,
but at least we're willing to do so.
Sometimes.
Well, that's awkward.
No, I think I've talked enough. I mean,
No,
I don't even like the voice, the sound of my voice, so I'm trying to be at least a little considerate.
Well,
Yeah, let's go shoot some people.
I'll throw something at you guys. Did you hear about Delta Airlines having this Diet Coke ad on a napkin? Did you come across that at all?
What do you like? I've
Well,
had
it was
napkins that say
it was a
Diet
val-
Coke on them. Does that
Yeah.
count?
No, it was one for Valentine's Day. It said, because you're on a plane full of interesting people, and hey, you never know. What was the other half of it here? The other side of it reads,
Join the Mile High Club.
be a little old school, write down your number and give it to your plane crush. You never know. And then it has a little spot for your phone number and your name. And people are up in arms over this.
What?
Yeah, they're up in arms.
I didn't hear
over
about this.
Yeah, they're saying there was one person, I'm trying to find the exact quote.
Oh my God, you can't give your phone number to strangers.
Pretty sure no one appreciated unsolicited phone numbers in the good old days, and they sure as heck don't want the number of someone who's been gawking at them on a plane for hours today. Now, check me if I'm wrong, but yeah, sure. Some people may not find it that way, but there are people that are very, what's the term, spontaneous, and do get into shit like that. The worst that could happen by someone handing you that thing is you throw it in the fucking trash and walk away.
Yeah, exactly. Who
Fuck off.
Yeah. Some people don't appreciate getting handed things.
My very first thought, but well, not even thought. My very first feeling before I even had a conscious thought about reading this thing was that's a little awkward. But then I had an actual thought. I actually kicked those brain cells into action and went, who gives a fuck? You don't like it, throw it away. It's not like they're following you home. If you're that worried about it,
they were probably going to stalk you anyway. They just got it the
got a
extra
heads up
from a napkin.
Right.
I wasn't going to stalk her, but this Diet Coke napkin now really convinced me I should go after
her. Right. But you never know. There may be that spontaneous person on there that goes, man, I'm out of town for 3 days and I got nothing better to do. Sure, let's call Bill up and see how good he bones. You never know. It's fucking free world, man. Why is this Coke or Delta's problem? And I'm critical about a lot of things Delta does. I'm not a fan of theirs, but I'll call a spade too. You know what I mean?
A little bit.
Now, sorry, go ahead, Troy.
I was just gonna say, what do you got to do today in these days for marketing? Everything's been done over so many decades and decades. The Valentine's Day marketing I saw most recently was Polar. I like my seltzer. They have special edition red bottles with hearts and then black bottles with hearts with like cracks through them. That the flavors are like passion fruit, and then the black one is like blackberry and champagne, spelled out champagne, PAIN and shit.
Oh,
get great these days with fucking marketing.
I feel like I've seen less Valentine's stuff this year. I don't know if it's just me, or maybe just the part of the grocery store that I usually spend time in, but I haven't seen Valentine's shit for anything, and we're coming right up on it.
Well, I feel like there's always the one aisle. There's that one, giant double seasonal aisle. That in my store is just fucking pink and red with all the candy now.
Yeah, that's true. And I've kind of had my head up my own ass the last month too, so that could be part of it.
Yeah, try hard enough not to look at all the ads anyway.
Right.
Well, at least we're in the age where you can pre-order something on Amazon, so you can order it a year ahead and not have to worry, because obviously us guys, we got important things to do, so some things can slip our mind from time to time, and we can get shit for it.
Like, I'm kind of glad we're having this conversation. I got to kind of take my voice down a bit, but I kind of forgot what next week was. I need to go do something about that.
Start making reservations.
Guys, obviously, let's move on beyond the politics, but I want you to choose a topic. Spacey or funny? What do you guys want to hear?
I think funny.
Does spacey mean have to do with outer space?
Yes,
or
it has
Kevin
to do with
Spacey?
outer space. It has to do with outer space.
Kevin Spacey.
Fuck, I should have thought about that better.
That is funny.
Ironically enough, the funny story is about Kevin Spacey.
Okay, well, let's go with something funny, because I think this is hilarious. I'm going to quickly put this in the chat here, but there's a new trend going out right now, and basically people are chucking glitter on their dog's balls.
The fuck?
If you look up glitter dog balls, it immediately comes up on Google.
I think I saw a headline about that.
Why? I don't know why, dude. I don't know why. But this is fucking the most insane thing ever. If you look, the images are fucking ghastly. But people it's sort of like the vajazzling that was going on back in like the mid 2000s, where women were like putting sparkles and, like crystals on their fucking vag.
Man, this one looks like a fucking Hershey Kiss. If you have a 2-year-old, you might end up not having balls on your dog after this. No! Good God.
No, essence of morality, you're the only Canadian idiot here. But, Joe, I'd recommend you show that image of the sparkly balls, because people will then understand what we're fucking talking about. These people are insane. Stop treating your dogs as kids.
Like, why? Why do you want to draw more attention to your dog's balls? Like, yeah, I want to look at my dog's balls.
Same reason a woman dyes her hair blue and starts to screech at men for being men. But that's sort of genderist, isn't it?
Oh, I got a friend with blue hair that screams at men. He's a nice guy sometimes.
Well, since that whole funny thing doesn't seem to even be causing a reaction in Joe, the Spacey story is that NASA is apparently going to knock out an asteroid out of orbit for the first ever planetary defense test, which some people are saying is not a test and that we're actually fucked if these guys don't succeed. So not sure if you guys heard about that.
They've been worried about this before when it's been years out. How close are we talking, Dave?
Well, some reports say that it will only get as close as 7 million kilometers, 700 million kilometers, I believe, to Earth.
No, I mean, like, how far out is it? Are we going to die in 2 weeks or 2 months or 2 years?
No, they're talking that it's going to end up getting out there in, I believe, like 2021, 2022. And it's basically just to prove that we have the technology to knock an asteroid out of orbit so that it won't hit Earth. But this is basically it's called a mini moon. It's so small that it doesn't count like a real asteroid.
Like it's not the Earth Ender.
Well, it could the one that they're going to land on or try to destroy is basically enough to destroy North America or South America in one go.
Okay.
And that's a small one.
Well, that would have effects worldwide still.
Oh, of course. But the larger ones that they're supposedly hoping to deflect, those ones would just an immediate Earth extinguishing event.
Now, you know as well as I do, these asteroids being 3, 4, 5 years out, the calculations aren't exact. So what if they bump this thing back in line when really it was off track to begin with? What if this thing actually kind of fails and then it actually knocks it back? I mean, I guess it was just destiny anyways, but
I was thinking about that, but then I realized they're smart enough to be able to get like a probe to an asteroid, however fucking hundreds of
they've reached a few asteroids already.
They probably know how to angle it right to bank it into the corner pocket. If they know enough to get there, they probably know enough to do it right.
I'm just trying to be devil. I'm just trying to be devil.
Oh no, I thought of it too. I was like, what if they fuck it up and then it hits?
Guys, they've already landed. They've landed at least 2 devices on separate asteroids on 2 separate occasions already. So they already have the ability to be able to sort of intercept an asteroid, orbit it, and then decelerate so they can land a probe on there. It hasn't always been successful, but they've reached supposedly the surface of that. So at least they know how to intercept it. That's the big thing. But all the theories basically say if you try to like nuke it from the surface, and I mean, yeah, Armageddon was a piece of shit movie, but they had a point. You just can't plant a nuke on the surface. It's going to shatter the thing into a million pieces. And instead of one fucking like disastrous event, you're going to get 1,000 disastrous events. You have to blow it up from the inside or you have to move it. So these guys are like in this report, they're basically saying that they're going to try to nudge it out of the way. And it's not going to be using any nuclear weapons. It's going to be more like just a push because these things are already going like 19,000 miles an hour. So that should be enough at least to nudge it enough when it's far away to just avoid Earth. But like building on what Drew was saying that, yeah, if it's far enough, you might be able to get the job done. If it's close enough, well, you're playing God.
I mean, I'm just finding out about this now, so my thoughts are kind of popping in my head as we go. But
Obama talked about this, though. Remember about Apophis? He was talking about this potential satellite or this asteroid hitting us about 2029.
Right. Well, here's another thought that I was having was, and now I just lost it when you said that. Fuck.
Asteroids.
No, I know. I lost what the point I was going to make with it was. Fuck me. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just totally.
No, I want to hear what you were saying. Like, so we were talking about getting close to an asteroid. We were talking about nudging it off, not using nuclear weapons.
Oh, the fact that if this thing isn't a total life ender, this is the perfect one to experiment with. That's
exactly. That's why they're doing that. That's why they think that this is the best opportunity, which, is interesting. But if they're just trying to use this as a cover, basically saying we're fucked and we got to get this out of the way,
Right. If they only half succeed, at least they've broken the thing down and it hits us and it takes out, if we're lucky, Madagascar or something.
That would be a fun time on TV, I'll tell you that.
And so, Jacob Mays in the chat is actually asking about the asteroid that flew through the solar system. This was something that Joe and I wanted to talk about for a while on Final Frontier News. But there was this huge supposed asteroid that went through the solar system. That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, to summarize, people were thinking that it wasn't an asteroid. It was an actual alien craft. And the dimensions of this thing didn't seem to fit the usual asteroid. So obviously some people question it is valid. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think they should question everything. But, a lot of these scientists just throw stuff out the window like, oh, that's not possible. We're not even going to entertain that. And then other scientists who say it, they're getting crapped on, for even kind of bringing it up that they're kooky or whatever else. But, I don't know enough about it right now, to be honest. And I'm all discombobulated because I just got back here. But
okay, well, I'll speak about it.
It's too above my head at this point, but we should talk about that on the show. I really do want to talk about that. Let me play these donations so we can get them all played, because I want to know what the hell people have been saying, because I had to go run up and take care of my kids and figure out what the hell all the screaming I heard was about. But
take care of the kids. You know what I mean?
Well, they were all screaming at Leah, and Leah was screaming at them, and they were going through the fridge, and I was like, what the hell is going on up here?
Here we go, I'm about to get it, man. Here we go, about to get it, man. Here
Leah said she's going to kill us all.
Here we go. Oh, no.
Starting with Dave.
It's called Trump Effect. Trump Economics. Look it up.
It's called Trump Effect. Trump Economics. Look it up.
Wrong.
Jared Barron.
China. You're fired.
Jared Barron. What's up, Jared? Thanks for the $5 super chat. Maybe I'll add Jared to the call in a little while.
Honestly, I love the way Trump says China.
China.
That's one thing I love about the guy. China.
China. Yeah. Why do I even try voices?
China.
That's what Vince McMahon said it differently. He'd be like, China.
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 Oh, I'm sorry. I mean somebody else. She's not in the Hall of Fame.
Super chat. Super chat.
Another privileged male not sorry.
Another snowflake, white privileged male not sorry. Okay. I don't know what he's talking about.
Never be ashamed of who you are, no matter who you are. You are who you are, and that's it.
AOC said the world will end in 12 years. LMAO.
Really?
If I started talking about that, we'd be on for another 3 hours, so I will not talk about that.
She's thinking of there's another asteroid coming there, Dave. She's onto something.
Super chat.
Maybe.
Super chat.
It's shaped like Trump.
Needs to tag me into this debate with Dave.
Yo, Jared Barron. Yeah, we might get you on here, Jared. I might go into there in 1 second. I'm worried I have to end the show to go figure out what in the world's going on. Hey, Peasy, what's up?
Okay, I got one. What do you call a Mexican with a rubber toe? Roberto. Ha, cracks me up every time. Joe, your cousin left a voicemail.
Thank you, APZ.
I thought that was the racist guy. What's that guy's name?
Racist asshole. Yeah, that guy.
He's got some spicy fucking donations.
Let's see if this
I love how people are purposely leaving voicemails now. That's great.
Yeah, right. This might be him. I don't know.
Hey, Joe. It's me. It's your cousin Jesse.
DDP.
You remember me, right? Yeah, man, brother. It's been a long time. I had to call you. I had to call you. I got some interesting information. God damn it. Hold on. Hey, put that goddamn red tool back in the box. Hey. Anyway, these goddamn kids always playing with the goddamn raccoon like it's a pet. Anyway, Joe, you never believe who called me the other day.
Who?
You remember your buddy Tommy from back in the way back when we went skinny dipping over there by Philippines?
Oh,
goddamn. Tommy calls me. It's about 3 in the morning.
What'd he say?
He says, hey, Hey, Joe. Joe, he says, "Hi, Jesse."
This is difficult.
He says, I don't know who else to tell, but when I was little, I used to stick quarters in my ass. I said, "Tommy, what the hell are you doing?" God, what the goddamn Joe, I gotta go. These goddamn kids don't know how to act. But hey, stay away from Tommy. He has a fortune in his ass.
Oh my god, dude, that was great. That would have won the rant line.
That should have been on the rant line.
Holy shit, please call every week with that. Dude, when he said, I can't believe Tommy won't admit that he masturbates, but he'll tell everybody that he used to shove like Nick quarters in his ass. Like, yeah, I don't masturbate. That's weird.
Put that down. I gotta go.
Wonder if Tommy ever went to the local casino, had somebody pull on his arm, and then fart those quarters out of his ass.
Dude, he probably there's probably one in there still. Let's see if this guy.
What the fuck? I'm sitting here with my crayon. I've been waiting all week for you to come over and stir this fucking drink. What the fuck is going on? Half hard here waiting for you. I don't know, Joe. Sitting here just waiting for you to stir this fucking drink with your dick. Makes me want to come over there and smell your fucking prostate. You don't know who you're fucking with here, Joe.
What the fuck, dude?
Smell your prostate.
Dude, I've got a clip, smell your prostate. Makes me want to just come over there and smell your prostate. What the fuck?
Just respond back to him and tell him it's okay. Just use your boyfriend's dick. It'll be just fine.
Peasy in the chat says he left that voicemail.
That was his, so the other one wasn't even his?
Not sure. I'm just reading what he said.
Oh, okay. I know that he left one of those as him. Or both of them. I just don't know which one.
Bomb. Either way, both
Dave,
are
you are
genius.
Canadian. What the fuck you care? You Habibas should not talk about our country. Fuck you and your gay ass Tim Hortons. Go put some maple syrup up your ass. Fuck
Of
puss
course
shit. No one gives a red dick fuck. And one more thing, Dave.
You did.
Rush sucks.
You donated.
Yeah, Rush. He goes, Rush sucks to end it. Tamina's hairy bushweed clit. I think Dave probably cares. I mean, you're right. In a way, I mean, maybe Dave should worry about Trudeau a little more because that's getting really creepy up there.
Dude, I've been fucking posting memes all over the place and fucking criticizing Trudeau even before he got elected.
That's true.
Why the fuck do you always shit on Dems when you do talk about politics? Dave, your knowledge is flawed, you not, and you need to calm the fuck down.
Incorrect.
It's not rational to say people need to be euthanized. Crazy asshole.
Absolutely it
Ayok
is.
actually cares, so fuck the haters.
Oh, Dave cares about his economy and his country's GDP. Oh, he must not know anything.
One thing I can
Seriously,
say
so
is,
many people don't have any understanding about economics.
The sense of morality. What's up, Sense?
Wishing Tom Inc. was here. Cheers.
Lissandro Guzman, he was here and he was annoying as fuck, so I hung up on him.
Also, Rush rocks.
Rush is good, though.
And
yeah.
the men who hide places must be the ones to start.
See, anytime you have to make yourself sing like that, I can't, like, no, I'm not listening to that band.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not a big Rush fan. They're good, though. I just don't like them myself, but they're good.
No, but the fact is, either you like Rush or you fucking despise Rush. There's no middle ground.
Really?
I agree with that.
I got a kind of middle ground with it.
It's the voice.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said, by the time we found out who asteroid is heading for us, it's already too late.
Probably true.
So shut up with your Armageddon fantasies.
APZ. Like, it's probably true, dude. Like, we would, I really think to stop an asteroid from hitting us at this point, like, unless we saw it, like, way ahead of time, which we won't probably, it's going to come down to luck. Like, dumb luck that we had time or that somebody saw it.
We were looking in direction.
To be quite honest, I think that we're hiding a lot of technology that we don't.
China.
I love you.
I think that's kind of what I was getting at, though. I mean, it's 5 years out. How do we know it's actually going to hit here or not? By the time it's close enough to actually know with certainty that it's going to hit us, we're already fucked.
Oh, well, no, the scientists can tell. They fucking the trajectory and shit. They got stuff down.
What was that one about a year and a half ago that passed, a couple 100 million kilometers or whatever from us? They were saying, I think years before that, or even months before that, that it was going to be as short as like 50 million. And then it widened out just in the last few months.
I'm just dying because Dave just wrote, sense of morality, Trudeau cocksucker. What the fuck? I just saw Trudeau cocksucker in the chat.
Well, he wants to call me a Canadian keyboard commando when the fact that he's also in Canada, and yet he seems to be a fucking dick-sucking whore.
Did you almost say Canada?
I did. I did almost say Canada, but I was a little bit drunk.
A dick-sucking whore.
Oh, hey.
Dude, it's been a long fucking week, so the beer is pleasing me.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, the one thing I don't understand is, what's an expiry date? Is expiry technically a word? I don't get it.
Indeed it is.
I'll tell you what, in some of our imported cheeses, it says expiry on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because that could mean, what does that mean? It could mean expiration. It could mean but it could mean it's going bad, or it might eventually go bad, but like expiration means it's going bad on this time.
With a lot of them.
Expiry, it just sounds fucking made up. It doesn't sound real.
It sounds like the gay word for expiration.
You know what? Fucking annex Canada right away. Fucking nuke Ottawa, nuke Vancouver, nuke Toronto, and fucking take over Canada, guys. America, Canada is yours.
Wow.
Yeah, Montreal.
And I apologize. Montreal definitely needs to be fucking nuked as well.
Oh, fuck it. Let's just go over the whole province. No one likes Quebec.
Can you imagine?
Troy, did we just become best friends?
You want to do karate in the garage? Yup. John Stamos. Good housekeeping.
What the fuck? Oh my god, that's awesome, dude. Now we just gotta get Dave here for monetize this 200, and you can gobble him. Go and eat him up. Just fucking eat him up, dude.
Did you catch the part where we were talking?
Joe, play PUBG with me tonight or Apex?
What's up, Ryan Pelletier? Hey, I don't know, Ryan, to be honest. Tonight might be a short night. I actually planned on ending already because the kids are like awake and something's going on, and I think Leah's had enough, and so I was gonna actually end the show and go figure out what the hell's going on. She took care of them like all day today while I did a bunch of shit, and she's been taking care of them all week. I mean, I've been taking care of them too, but she's been really taking care of them, and I think it's melting down. I don't know why they're awake. It looks like Brenna's asleep actually, but my son's, I don't know. I just want to find out what's going on, and I'm kind of tired myself. As you could hear when I began this show, I was tired. I was cutting up cardboard boxes all day because I still have all the boxes to cut up, and I want to get the room ready. What was that, Troy?
I was gonna say, because you have weird hobbies.
No, it's just so many boxes, dude. Like the whole downstairs basement, with the whole side of the wall is just covered with boxes. Yeah, from all the boxes we moved, and from all the stuff we ordered that came here. People ordered stuff for us. People bought us bureaus and bookshelves and desks, and everything had a box. And it's like there's just fucking boxes everywhere, and they take one recycling bin every 2 weeks. So there's
so you got basically for the next 4 or 5 weeks, right?
Yeah, so there's just shit here we can't get rid of, and now you can take it all to the dump for $10, but you can only get into the dump if your license says you live in the town here.
What a night for audio kind of sucked during the live stream,
but
here we congrats on the deal with AAA Wrestling, Sonny Kiss, Asia Kong, Pentel Zero and Ray Phoenix laying out the Bucks, and welcome Kenny Omega.
Okay, cool. So yeah, they welcomed Kenny Omega tonight during the AEW press conference, I guess. Haskell 420, thanks for telling us, man. I did not hear anything yet about the press conference, so I appreciate that. Anybody here who doesn't know about wrestling is like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'll tell you, I walked in there and the live stream was 36,000 strong. I was like, holy shit.
Wow.
I just watched like a little snippet from Cody and backed out, but yeah, it was fucking crazy in there.
I can't wait for Mexico and the United States to become part of the New World Order. Jesus. Imagine who do you think who has the next big war? Like, let's all take bets before we,
Venezuela, it's already said, unfortunately, this is another thing that fucking Trump is doing wrong, is that they're setting up for fucking war with fucking Venezuela.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Venezuela? No, it's set. They're already.
Well, it already happened. Yeah, they already fucking. Yeah, he said next. That shit's already happening. We already announced we're fucking recognizing another president.
Canada's also decided to recognize them. They've blocked off fucking access. There's been Photoshop photos being put out by American individuals like Pompeo and fucking that piece of shit mustache bastard fucking Bolton, fucking Mr. War. Fucking, they're pushing for Venezuelan war.
I can't believe that guy's real. That guy legitimately is like a fucking cartoon character.
The guy was fucking working with the Bush family. Like, why
he
the
looks
fuck
like
is
somebody out of Dr.
Shit
Strange.
bomb.
Fucking insane.
Let's beast with Recon Bra. Let's beast with Recon Bra. Let's beast with Recon
Let's
Bra.
beast.
Let's beast with Recon Bra. Let's beast with Recon Bra. Let's
God.
beast with Recon
Double,
Bra.
it's all
Let's
about
beast
beast
with
with
Recon
Recon
Bra.
Bra.
Let's beast with Recon
Let's
Bra.
beast with Recon, bruh.
Thanks for the $5.
That was beastin' with Recon, brah.
No way.
Would have never guessed.
Let's beast.
So before any war with China, with Syria, with Russia, looks like we're going to Venezuela, boys.
Wow.
We got more time to geek out. Just
Let's
make
get that oil.
It fucking sucks.
Get that fucking
Fucking
oil.
hate war.
Yeah, it's stupid. Please don't happen. I mean, it's
And
like
you know who wakes out when the fucking there's a war? Lockheed Martin,
Yeah.
Raytheon, Boeing, Bechtel.
Yeah, they all jump in and then they figure out how they can make some money on the whole deal and get some position. Oh,
When
how
you
can we do
wage
this?
war, you need bombs. Well, who supplies the bombs? Lockheed Martin, Raytheon. So you buy the bombs
Yo.
for them, and then
It's pretty
fucking
insane if you ever spend
disgusting.
any time around like DC or like Arlington area, just how many fucking offices there are of like all that shit you just named, Raytheon, Boeing, Lockheed, just unbelievable the number of offices there are around the fucking Pentagon and DC and shit for all that.
My dad worked at Raytheon in the 80s developing engineering software.
Scars works for Raytheon right now. I have a buddy whose two sisters both work for Raytheon.
Really?
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad. Well, my
Scars
dad was
just
working.
IT, but
My dad did He did something actually. He did like quality assurance
And the essence of morality is always showing himself to be the actual Canadian cuck that he is. Hey, why don't you meme them to death? Why don't you fucking actually stand up for Canada rather than fucking being the little bitch that you fucking are? Huh? Why don't you stand up and actually do what I do? Make a stance on certain things and disagree with certain other things.
What is his stance?
Call the shit out when you see something that's fucking evil.
My thing about, first of all, I mean, sense of morality. I've always
'Cause he's a pussy.
I've always had
But he's
no
got money, so.
Yeah, I mean, he's always donated, and I've always gotten along with him. I don't know what's happening, but I am wondering what is his stance that he doesn't. Because I don't always agree with you, but
Because a lot of Canadians are fucking cucks, and they don't like the fact that somebody like me, who's a Canadian, might agree with a few things that Trump might do, which is essentially about national safety and security, and say, oh, well, you can't do that because Canada wants to accept all these rapists from all over the world. Oh, fuck off, you fucking shit. In fact, you know what? If you were in front of me right now, I would beat the fuck out of you, and I would fucking enjoy it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
I'm done with these Canadian cucks.
Well, you're
you know
an
what?
aggressive.
America, Canada is yours. Invade us and take it over because shits like fucking Essence don't deserve to live.
Do we get the Maple Leafs? I want Toronto.
Nobody wants the Maple Leafs, man. They fucking suck.
Yeah, that is true, though. I mean, every year. I mean, come on. It's been really a bad time here. I mean, they're combining in like Jets Knicks category here.
Hey, watch. I like the Jets.
What? Do you see
Winnipeg
Joe
Jets?
Namath was the last guy to hand the trophy?
No, I'm talking hockey.
Oh, the
I thought
Winnipeg
you
Jets.
were talking about Toronto hockey, so I was talking about Winnipeg.
I like the Jets too, so yeah, I get you there. Okay, I like the Jets. I don't have a problem with Ottawa either, but they're kind of weird because they can't figure out their language.
But you hate Montreal, though, right?
figure out their
Yeah.
hockey team.
Don't like them, yeah. And plus, one time I was on the phone with a woman from Montreal, and she talked down to me and was like mean to me, and she like for no reason, like she brought up like about how America is not as good and stuff, and then I was like, okay, that's weird that you're saying this. But then she was like, and she said something about like in Canada, like the women don't have to take the men's names. Like
that's true.
Like how she's like, we don't force. No, the man takes our name a lot of times
by law. That I learned that today. Actually, I had no fucking clue about that. I learned today that in Quebec, and again, props to fucking Troy for saying Quebec needs to be nuked. Quebec, by law, says that women cannot, not that they shouldn't, they cannot take their husbands' names.
Yes.
Because it would oppress them.
Yes, dude, this lady...
I live in fucking clown world. Somebody fucking help me.
The lady literally said to me, like, told me, like, talk down to me. You know, like a rich white lady would talk down to you? She talked down to me like that. Like, you know, we're just not like America where they make you take... And I said to the lady, I said, well, you realize in America, we don't make you take the man's name. It's just tradition to do so, but you don't have to do that. That's why we're free to not do that. And the man can take the woman's, or they can keep their own names, or the woman might hyphenate her name. Like, you can do whatever you want here, you know, but she was getting real weird with me, and that's when I found out. I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on in Montreal? And then why is it so weird? And, like, that's when you get a group of people that are bizarre. When somebody is like, we're better than you, and they see you as dirt, like it's weird. There's rich people in America that are like this, too, of course.
Dude,
everywhere.
They do that to everyone in Canada. The Quebecois are like that to everyone in Canada.
Yeah.
So if, say, somebody in fucking BC is calling someone in Quebec, they would treat them exactly the way that they treated you. Like, they think that they are the center of the universe. Like, oh, look at us. We've got a special culture. And we speak fucking faggoty French. And their French isn't real French. It's old French. It's fucking dated and garbage and doesn't work properly. And yet they don't say... Guys, instead of saying le fin prochain, which is supposed to mean like the weekend, they say le weekend. Give me a break, you fucking cucks. If you can't fucking use a French word and claim to be French for the weekend, you got no fucking right to fucking dictate to America like, oh, yeah, we're French. We're better than you. Like, honestly, everyone in Canada feels the same way about the Quebecois.
Oh.
I kind of feel bad about it, but there's some other people who play the same way. As stupid as it sounds, on fucking NHL, I won't play some people. Like when you load up pregame, if people have like Canadians jerseys or they have like QC and like the gamer tag is like XX Sniper 420 69 XX QC. Like fucking anytime there's QC or Montreal or Quebec jerseys, I fucking just back out before the game starts and don't even play them because they're just fucking scumbags, just puck rag, just fucking do all the cheapest shit possible, just assholes. And it sucks because like there are a couple of nice guys out there and people get pissed off when you call them out for it online, but I'm sorry, but just there's a lot of fucking shitty Quebecois that fucking just dog shit people sometimes.
A lot of beasting with
everywhere, but on NHL, my god, the percentage is so high.
Do they cheat a lot, or is it possible in that game?
There are people on PlayStation you can cheat straight up, like shut off people's internet.
Yo, Voodoo Magic, thanks for subbing to the channel, man.
It's not
appreciate it.
So much cheating on Xbox, but like puck ragging means like you take the puck behind your own net and you just play keep away with it, which obviously you couldn't do it in real life. But in NHL, you can exploit. You can figure out how to skate around the pass and just do that. Or there's certain ways you can shoot from certain spots in the ice that will go in 100% of the time, and that's all they'll do is milk the exploits nonstop. Oh, it's just scum.
Jared Barron's here. Jared, what's up, man?
All right, for the good French people out there, je parle un peu français. Studied for a bunch of years.
Mr. Dave, I have a few questions for you about Mr. Canada. I don't know if you're familiar with Steven Crowder. I watch him a lot, but what's the difference between the American free speech versus the Canadian free speech? Because I hear they censor people for not agreeing with
speech.
Could you
by law, if you say something that insults somebody, you can be put in jail. There is no free speech in Canada, despite the fact, and I'm more than willing to go to jail about this. Transsexuals are mentally ill. I have no problem saying that. That is against the law in Canada. If like fucking ma'am, from GameStop comes up and says my name, like you refer to me as a she, and I say no fucking bastard, you're a he, I'll go to jail for that. That is where Canada is right now. Also, lessons de moralité. Vous ne pouvez pas parler le français. Baisse-moi, pute.
Oh my
Vous
God.
n'avez rien avec moi. D'accord? Like again, come on.
I think that really.
You call me a pussy, you call me a bitch in the fucking chat.
Dave just
you
said
can't
is
shit, you
don't
keyboard
think I
commando
speak
fuck.
Fuck you.
I think Dave has
And
a
again,
point
guess
saying
what?
that.
I've got my possession acquisition license. Again, it's not a right here in Canada to own a firearm. It's a privilege that the Queen allows us. But guess what? I can own non-restricted, which means semi-automatic weapons, semi-automatic rifles, as well as restricted weapons, which includes pistols. Step on my fucking property and see what fucking happens. I'm more than ready for you, baby.
Well, Jared, what is your point about Steven Crowder here, like with Dave?
Oh, no. I was just explaining because he's from Quebec, and he makes the point on free speech, and he makes that a point because some people say, oh, you know how Canada's all liberal and shit, and like, so he says, point on point, there is no free speech or this free speech has gone away from Canada, you know what I mean? And Dave makes a really good point about, whatever you say can be, like, it's very sad because like it's going to be one of the lonely democracies of actual free speech. And like you see round and round the countries, European countries, like they're being censored and I bet Britain's going to be, I don't know, Britain's laws are probably starting to come in. I mean, you have Ireland and so forth. And it's just, I love my free speech, but I respect it. And I think any type of speech is free speech, even if it's hate speech. I hate to say that, but I was watching on the news recently about Evergreen State College. I know this was like a few years ago. College students were protesting against a professor who didn't agree with them, and they started becoming very violent towards this guy because of his views, and they said he was racist, and he is very progressive in his democratic views. But I mean, the point is, these people were saying on camera that they would give up their freedom of speech so that hate speech could never be said. And that just scares me on college campuses. You know what I mean?
Do you remember who this was? Was it Canadian professor? It wasn't Peterson, was it?
I think his name was, shit. I was watching it on Vice News. I don't know.
Canadian or American?
Specifically.
Okay,
he's
Jordan
American.
Peterson
this is an Evergreen State College in Oregon.
Oh, in Oregon. Okay.
But I wish I had the name. It's on YouTube, but yeah.
Guys, there's a reason why the Second Amendment follows the First, because the First Amendment basically allows you to say whatever you want. And again, hate speech is free speech, okay? Because they're not inciting violence. Inciting violence is an actual crime. But if you want to hate somebody, go at it. Like if you want to say, I hate so-and-so group, you're not causing them any harm. If you say, kill these groups, yeah, you're committing a crime. And the Second Amendment allows you to defend yourself, to basically say, you know what, the government's fucking garbage. Because in other countries like fucking North Korea or Russia, you'd be killed or arrested for that shit.
You're right.
See, Dave, when you said, going back to your point about Venezuela and the military, I think that you're right that we're setting ourselves up for this military war. Like, because as you said, we're very hawkish in that type of way. Like, I was looking on like, what makes you think that we don't have CIA probes already in Venezuela right now, inciting, probably paying off politicians and military figures to go to the other guy's side, Maduro? And you have to think about that. It's like espionage. Espionage has been around since World War II. That's when it began. Maybe even earlier. Probably even earlier. I mean, probably didn't. But I mean, like that's when we started seeing first documentation of it. Like
you're absolutely fucking right.
And then nowadays it's like oh man. I mean, they were making statements about how Cuba's in there. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I'm not discounting anything that you just said. I mean, like what you said was like, oh, well, whatever. Like basically, I'm going to respond by basically saying that what you're saying is absolutely correct. They've been there for a lot longer than they've been fomenting this. Again, with all these like supposed revolutions, no revolution starts on fucking accident. There's people that come in, and the financiers, they come in, they pay the fucking people, and that's what you get, the Arab fucking Spring. That didn't start up normally. There was people that, CIA and other individuals and groups that invested in that let that happen. That's exactly what's been going on in Venezuela way longer than just now. And right now, we're just getting to the point where the invasion is going to be ready. But they've been fomenting distrust in Venezuela for a long time.
Yeah, this has been going on a while, off and on, but I didn't think it was going to happen now like this. I mean, you wouldn't. It's one of those things where you know about it and then it happens and you're like, oh shit, it's happening. It's like it's weird. It's surprising, but not. You just wish it wasn't happening. It's just such bullshit. We don't need it right now.
And it's
listen,
absolutely right for people to criticize Trump in this respect. Why the fuck does he surround himself with a bunch of war hawks?
Yeah, I think the reason there's a lot of controversy behind this. I think because a lot of his generals, like a lot of the left mainstream media was saying like how, and this is maybe true as well. Like a lot of his generals, I'm not remembering names, but I can tell you a lot of his generals, I could say Mad Dog Mattis is, I think, I don't remember the exact positions they were in. But I mean, the generals they were there in place to actually be his logic, to give him some type of like logic stimulus. But now it's gone, and now it's like Crazyville in Trump land. And it's like it's like the Joker's here to play, and he's taking over Arkham, or not Arkham, but taking over Gotham. And so it's fucking riots, fire, inciting violence. It's absolutely crazy. And so it's like, we need war to make things happen. I mean, I'm totally for the military. I'm a pro-military man. I'm pro-Israel. I think there's some things that are different, but that's a totally another story. But I mean, if anything were to happen via Venezuela, I just think militarily we would destroy any military opposition because we're just fucking that amazing. But it wouldn't be a politically savvy move, I don't think. It would be, I don't know. It wouldn't be taken... I don't know. It just wouldn't be good.
Nor economically. But again, I'm pro-military, but I'm anti-war. That's not a hypocrisy. That's not a double standard. No. I believe in the strength of a sovereign nation, and those troops should help to protect a sovereign nation. They shouldn't be out on a fucking military base 3,000 miles from the nation, surrounding a country that is feeling threatened by them. These people should be at home with their families, and they shouldn't be policing the planet.
Right. They just worry about our borders, our ocean, defending us if we have to. This should be almost very rarely. What was that, Troy?
Just buy a few less tanks.
Yeah, well, maybe. And
just a couple less tanks in place.
And we can fix healthcare.
Battle fleets.
But I mean, you have to think about it. Like, our national policy is everywhere. Since we got involved in World War I, we have become these power of projecting power. Since America became this economic powerhouse, we have to project our power. If we don't, we seem weak. And how Trump put it on the emphasis of how Obama wasn't. Exactly. China's coming, and that's a very true statement. Our military is wonderful, but we are falling behind in certain areas militarily. And China and Russia are following up.
Well, that's true. They got a lot of people. There is
a lot of people.
Yeah,
but I mean, a lot of those people are untrained.
The Clintons didn't sell that information to China to advance their fucking missile technology by 20 years.
We spend more money per soldier than the Chinese. I mean, it's just factual.
Yeah, they can just pump it out, dude. They can pump everything out. Everything they do, they can do it.
Want to know how North Korea was able to advance their missiles so quickly? American fucking technology. This is already proven.
Dude, I wonder how fucking ugly is Kim Jong-un naked, you think?
Like all of our enemies get their weapons.
But it has like a shriveled up, like, little Asian penis. It's like, my name is Kim Jong-un's penis.
Yeah, but again, your question is, who's funding both sides? Who is funding both sides of the conflict? The banksters.
What do you mean?
The cocksuckers.
London, Maybe those that have the last name of Rothschild, Soros, Rockefeller.
Oh, now you're gonna get killed.
I think it's time to start looking at who controls the money system, who controls the media, who controls Hollywood.
Okay, so talking about big corporations, we've all been like, there's a side of the left and right saying, oh, big corporations are controlling fucking economics, and we are, and it's
laugh your head off until you decide to take a hammer and bend him over and put the sharp end up his gook ass.
Oh my god! Did you hear that?
No.
Put the sharp end up. Jesus fuck. Dave Rose supporter, thanks for the $5. Put that guy in his fucking place. Eat his balls, spit them out, laugh. That was fucked up, dude. Gook ass.
Oh man.
Fucking.
But going back to my point.
Oh my god, dude. Hold on, man. There's gonna be another one. This fucking Discord sucks, man. Discord blows, man. It just doesn't work right. Fucking god damn it. Let me try to fix it. Fucking Discord, because he can't really hear the donations that much because it's going in and out. That's what's happening because Discord blows. NickY, thanks for subbing to the channel. What's going on? Dave Rose supporter, thanks for the $5. And here's a Wandy!
Whew. Susamon nipple, Dave. Je ouvre ta coque. Baise-moi.
A Wandy, wow. Thanks for the $4. A Wandy knows.
Très bien. Un monsieur qui peut parler le français.
I have information leading to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. Oh my god.
Yeah, by the way, I'm in total good health. I'm not suicidal, so if I end up dead, I guess you know why.
Yeah.
I named them.
You named everybody. You're on a list now for sure. At least Google all the things dialed up, you know. Celestial Gnome. Thank you for subbing to the channel, Celestial Gnome. Appreciate that.
Well, Benghazi's not the first people that the Clintons were responsible for killing, so.
That's true.
Oh my god, that's another thing that bothers me is that everyone knows about Benghazi.
But nobody
What's been
cares.
done about it?
Some asked me if I know anything about the Emancipation Proclamation. I said no, I don't listen to hip-hop. Kim Jong-un is beautiful naked.
Kim Jong-un is beautiful naked. No way. No way.
Would it bother you, Dave, if you knew that the other people that the Clintons have killed before were children?
Oh, I've got the list of a big number of individuals they've killed. There's been kids, there's been adults, there's been everyone in between.
Random, but are you going to the NXT Lowell show?
Yeah, it's not for a little while, I don't think. But yeah, I think I'm going to go to it. I went to the last one. It was great. I got to meet a bunch of people, hang out, had great seats, had a good time, saw one of the best matches of the whole year that nobody else saw because it was, you know, a house show. So yeah, probably. Although are you talking about the one this weekend though? Because there's one in Rhode Island this weekend. But oh shit, are they in Lowell too? Because maybe I missed that. And I probably am not going because with the whole house thing, I've just been really distracted. So I've just been way off because of the whole house thing going on. Tomorrow night is monetize this episode 199. That's going to set up the points for people leading into episode 200, where Melly will have to decide some people's fates, and Monica is the champion, the monetize this champion. February 15th, to episode 200.
She get her belt yet?
Today or tomorrow or Saturday. She'll get it.
I see that on camera.
Yeah,
I hope she has it by tomorrow.
I hope she does, but I sent her the tracking and it didn't look good last time I saw it. But I did talk to her earlier, and she's excited though to get it. So I'm pretty convinced that she's gonna make videos with it with her and James. Who knows what they'll be doing? Maybe she'll be choking him with it, choking the life out of him with the belt.
Monica gonna get a new one made of hemp.
What was that?
It'd be cool to see that thing on the Vegas Strip.
That would be cool. Or her just running at people with it. Yeah, or bring it to a strip club. That'd be cool. To see it in a strip club. Probably
just go on the
couldn't do
street corners and start bashing hookers over the head with it. See if you can break
that.
blood.
Oh my god! Yeah, then they'll be like, "Who monetized this? What's that?" Like, and they'll look me up. They'll be like, "He commanded people to do this." They find clips of me when I said like whatever negative, mean stuff, or like hurt somebody, like, and they'll be like, "Yeah, see, he did this," and they'll deplatform me. It'll be awesome. And then I'll be homeless. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. We're gonna get the hell out of here. It was a weird show tonight, but it was a fun show because we get to talk about a lot of shit. And the bottom line is, this was going on this week. This is what was happening this week. That's why we brought up the political stuff more than we normally do on Throwdown. But we are going to be doing more of a political show separately that won't be on Throwdown. But this week, we had to be talked about. We didn't even get into it really. We kind of just scratched the surface. So
you missed the whole conversation about glittered up dog balls. So
now those,
you have to check that out later.
I'd leave Leah for those. Because that's fucking hot, man.
Well, they're out there, so.
All right, well, I'm gonna
dazzle dog balls.
Well, Leah's brother lives in like a big gay area, so if I go over there, they could paint my like lips and stuff and tell me where to go for a good time.
Super.
That could be fun. I would love that.
That sounds great.
Well, it does sound great. I wish the outro music would play.
Thanks for asking.
Oh, there we go. There. Dave Rose, Drew the Gatekeeper, Troy. We tried to have Tommy on, but he was an idiot.
Hey, do you like Charlotte? No.
Now, he sent me a Facebook message, and he's probably going to be like, Joe, I apologize, and everything. And it's like, dude, I'm not even mad at you. I just couldn't have you on with you doing that. That's all it is. I'm not, Tommy, if you're listening, I'm not mad at you at all. I love you. I wanted you on, actually, but you just couldn't stop, like, with the fidgeting and the fucking noises and the chewing on shit. So, that's I don't know what to tell you. All right, we're out of here. Joe Rogan has a bald penis head.
And Bill Clinton is racist. And a rapist.
And a child killer.
Mean Arkansas.
Man, he can play that saxophone.